Night Live. I actually didn't hit go live and it just went live, so I guess we're ready. For anyone watching this later on replay, this is a live video. The whole point's for me to be able to chit chat with people, answer questions, etc. in a live setting. And so it's not going to be the fastest video. It's not just a quick, straight tutorial. But I have plenty of those kind of videos if that's what you are interested in. So feel free to not watch the live video if you don't want to. Everyone else, please say hi in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching from. And we're going to do some fun projects today. I'm a little annoyed because I forgot my other phone to record these to complete the videos. But I'm going to make it work anyways, somehow. These are the dominoes that I did last week, and I've not had a chance to complete them, so I thought, why not just complete them with you guys here, so you can kind of see how that goes, and then we'll do another fun project as well. But anyways, let me get this pulled up on my computer. I also have a lot of wet projects here. Well, hello, Valerie. And yeah. A little crazy today because I'm going out of town tomorrow, so trying to finish a bunch of stuff today somehow. Yeah. All right, YouTube. There we go. Hello from the Netherlands. I hope I have a good trip too. It's always a little nerve-wracking going out of town. Trying to make sure that everything is under control before I go. And it never is. So, who was here when I made the dominoes? See, no, I'm not going to zoom in. Okay. But I'll come around as needed.
No.
Yeah, I had to be a little careful because some of this stuff is actually a little wet. I'm like, what's from today? What's from yesterday? Sticky resin coat. First time on my live. Oh, hello. Well, welcome then. Hopefully I don't disappoint too much. I'll show you guys something though. I think it's kind of cool. Uh-oh. As I mess it up. But anyways, I had this bowl that accidentally came out pretty much completely black. It was not as per planned. But so I took a little bit of resin and put it in the bottom of it and put a little flour, and I think it's super cute. So I gotta finish up that project. So many projects. Okay. Anyways, let's just get started as people will tune in. So for anyone who wasn't on the live when I made these, this set I painted the mold with Chameleon Powder and then I poured black in. This set I did in 2 layers. It's white or clear, and then I did like rainbow colors with alcohol inks. And then I came back and I poured this second layer in, which is like a pearl, essentially. So I think let's start with these ones. So I've not demolded them yet. So kind of all of us get to be excited at the same time. And this I kind of break open like a chocolate bar. Get those squares popped out. And they should come out very easily unless you've damaged your mold or something. And look how bright and colorful those are. I will definitely show you guys up close in a minute. But let's get them all out first. There we go. Look how pretty those are. have like a sticky spot of resin on my hand and it's driving me nuts. The perils of doing too many resin projects at one time. Okay, so you may notice that some of these kind of got stuck together because of me pouring over the side of the mold like this. However, these extra pieces come off super easily. And then now it's all nice and clean. So I like to take them all out of the mold, then I separate them and get these little excess pieces off the side. And I actually am keeping these. I'm going to be using them in another project at some point when I have enough of them, because they're kind of fun and I have them in all different colors. And I wanted to go white on the back to make those colors really, really pop. So let's take a quick vote while I'm taking these side pieces off. Do you think I should do these dots in black or in white? Now it is a white background, but it's pearl, so the white marker will still actually stand out against that. But vote in the chat box, white or black for the dots. Let me know. On the chameleon ones, I'm definitely going white because those are darker. But I was thinking black would probably be better for these, but I also love how the white looks. If it were up to me, I'd probably always do white dots. But I'm thinking black might be good for these. Who knows? All right, white, white, white. Ooh, okay. I like the way you guys think. And it's not impossible, but if you do dots in a particular color and you don't like them, you probably could quickly wipe it out and redo it with a different color. Both. All right, I accidentally got a little resin on this one. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. I wouldn't do gold on something this colorful because it would just be a little, it would detract from it and kind of get lost. So I'm definitely thinking white or black. And you could do multiple colors, but I tend to like to stick to one. I've done multiple colors a couple times, like when I did 4th of July Dominoes. I did, I think, red line in the middle with white dots or something like that, which kind of looked cool. Can never make decisions. Alright, just about got these all cleaned up, ready to go. Okay, all right, I guess we're going with white. I like it. All right, so let me get these little pieces off. And I'm just keeping these in a little cup off to the side here until I have enough to do the project I want to do. Where are you? Alright, so these are the markers that I like to use, and I have 2 whites here because one of them's older, one of them's newer, and I'm not sure which is which. These are really inexpensive on Amazon. They're oil-based, and I'm gonna actually, let me just stick this paper towel here. And they come in literally every color. So I have these in pretty much every color: white, black, gold, silver. Those are the ones that I use the most because I use them to also do like the sides of coasters and trays and things like that. But again, I've used red, blue, I've used all kinds of colors. So let me see which one of these is better. I think this one. Yeah, okay. And they're oil-based. And I just like how they look, how they work, and they stay very well on here. You could use acrylic. I just prefer the oil. So we're going to fill in the dots and the lines, and it's going to go over a little bit, and that's okay. But I mean, you can see how well that white stands out, right? How do you feel about pink in Halloween and fall projects? I think it's great. I mean, remember also October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but pink is a warm color, which goes with fall as well, and I think it's great. All right. So we're not worrying about any of the overfill at this point. We're just going to do the dots, and it's going to kind of dry a little bit as we go. And by the time we get to the end, those first ones will be pretty dry. And I may not do them all right now because that might get a little bit boring for you guys. But I'll do maybe like 10 of them, and then I'll come back and finish them later. Something like that. Oh, these are so pretty. These actually came out a little bit better even than I thought. Now, as a note too, it can be easy to miss a dot. So what I like to do is I like to do all of them, and then I put them in order and make sure that I didn't miss any of the dots. Like the 3 looks the same as the 2, it just has one in the middle. Or the 5 looks the same as the 4, but with one in the middle. So it can be easy to miss a dot. And I definitely have before, several times. Yeah, I think white was a great choice. Kept these nice and bright and colorful. All right, let's do this second row. And this one, this is just the line. Uh-oh. And don't worry if you go way over the side, it's okay. We're gonna clean these all up, and just the part that we want will be left. And it should go pretty fast. It is a little time consuming, but not too bad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Valerie, but awesome about all the pink projects. Okay. So now, I do let them dry a little bit, and by the time you get to the end, yeah, let me get you that link real quick. By the time you get to the end there, the first ones are definitely pretty dry. I just had it pulled up. Oops. Okay. And they're really inexpensive. You can buy like a pack of 12 for literally like $12. So let's see. This is a good set. Here. Hey, Shelly. There you go. These ones, they're called Overseas. And again, they're oil-based. They're pretty awesome. All right. So I'm going to take a paper towel, and I'm going to take some alcohol. Now, the percentage of alcohol does not matter at all for this. I'm just using 91% because that's what I have on hand. But if you have 70%, you could use that. If you have 50%, you could use that, I'm sure. And I'm going to spritz a paper towel here. Go back to this first one, which is the most dry, and just wipe off along the top. And you can see that excess comes right off and just leaves it perfectly clean. So just go through them real quick. Sometimes you might want to come back and do it again because this will get loaded with a little bit of ink. You can also keep folding this, of course. And pretty simple. Yeah. And sometimes you'll notice that you either missed a spot or maybe your dot wasn't perfect and you might want to do it again. That's okay. It happens. But generally, just one and done works out pretty well. Oopsies. Your husband plays dominoes every morning. That's awesome. And if you totally went over the side, like on one of these, I don't remember which one, but I'll get to it. Maybe I already did. Hold on. There's one that I totally just went over the side. Anyways, you can just wipe it off with the alcohol. Hey, Angie. He's retired. Nice. Alright, I'm going to, I think I'm just going to flip my paper towel inside out. It's got plenty of room on it still. And I'm not saturating the paper towel with the alcohol, just kind of spritzing it. You don't want it to be soaking wet or anything. Okay, I'm gonna get a nice clean paper towel and I'm gonna go over a couple of these one more time that just look slightly cloudy. And then we'll be good for these. Okay. I still didn't remember which one I went over the side on, but I'm sure I'll find it later. It hid from me. Alright, now I will show you guys close up. You've been inspired and have done 3 sets of dominoes. Nice. Okay. Let me actually try to zoom in a little bit. There we go. That should be fine. Look how cool those are. So awesome. And then of course you got just the plain backs. So the only other thing that I do on these is you can sometimes get a little bit of a sharp edge there. I take a little bit of sandpaper or a Dremel and go along the edge of these. And it doesn't take a lot, just really quick. Look how colorful these are. And I don't know if you can see through the camera, but like this one, still a tiny bit cloudy. So I'll go over that one more time with a clean paper towel. But super pretty. Look at that one. So much fun. So I was going for rainbow on these and I think I got it. I think mission accomplished. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next set. And then don't worry, we will do a new project also. Ooh, hey now. And there are box molds for the dominoes if you'd like. I personally don't like them too much. So I just get Domino Bags, and you can get a whole pack of them really inexpensively on Amazon. And that way, A, you're saving yourself resin, and B, I just like them better. So that's just an option, just to let you guys know. The Domino Bags on Amazon. Pretty inexpensive. Okay. Now the chameleon ones. I'm excited and nervous. I might need to adjust the camera. Yeah. We're a little too zoomed in. It's going to be a little hard for me to stay in the camera there. I would like it back there. I gotta zoom out a little. Nope, or in, either way. Okay, that should be fine. Let's go with that. All right. Here we go. So these are the chameleon ones. Pretty darn excited. Again, break it open like a chocolate bar. And these molds I get on Amazon. If you guys hold on a second, I can actually grab that link also. Ooh. The one thing I don't like about chameleon is that they look so much prettier in person than through the camera. So I always feel like it doesn't quite show their awesomeness through the camera. But they're so pretty. They're purpley, bluey, greeny. And because I just did the one layer on this, we don't have quite as many of these little edge pieces. They're pretty much all just one. Can you guys see those through the camera? Good enough? The color? Let me come around and do a close-up before I get started on the dots. And again, I'm definitely going with white on these. But let's do all the light shifts. Pink, purple, blue, green. So pretty. Oh, sorry. And I challenge you guys to think outside the box on these dominoes. Yes, obviously you can play dominoes with them, but I have made these into keychains, necklaces. I even made a domino wind chime, which I thought was pretty darn awesome. I was pretty proud of myself on that one. I used a bunch of dominoes. I used some metal chains. And then for the top part that hung the dominoes, I used a large coaster mold. So I drilled holes in it. Anyways, it's pretty cool. So I challenge you guys to think outside the box with the dominoes. It doesn't have to be just dominoes. All right, I'm just gonna set some aside here. Okay, we'll do these. Same thing, I'm going with the white marker. And let me see what the center is for the camera. That's pretty good. Okay. I hope this is the right one. I think I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. Hey, Leslie. Oh, that's the right one. Okay. Almost time to replace this one too. Yeah, I might actually have to. Not enough of the marker itself is coming out. Let me hold it down for a minute, see if I can get some more out. It's almost empty, unfortunately. So we might just be able to do a few of them right now. And I might have to come back and do even these. But you'll at least get an idea of how it will look. how does the chameleon powder work with white resin? Ooh, I can show you in just a second. This exact chameleon powder with white resin. I'll show you. Please hold. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to get a new marker later, but I'll do these 3. Okay. So same thing. I do like to let them dry for a minute. So let me go ahead and I'll actually get that white while that's drying so I can show you. So this is the same exact chameleon powder but with white resin. So you can see just the white. And that's how it looks. It is absolutely going to look a little bit different, as you can see, but the same overall sheen is there. You can also do it with clear. You can do it literally with any color you'd like, but that's how that looks with the white. Okay. All right, before I forget, I wanted to mention that you guys can use the code Closeout for 15% off site-wide right now. So that's resin, kits, pouring paint, aprons, courses, artwork, etc. Yeah, it's a bit calmer. I like that. That's a good way of putting it. So again, isopropyl alcohol. Wipe it nice and clean. And sometimes I've had people worry that when you do this, the chameleon powder is going to come off, but it doesn't. Look, this is completely clean. So, I mean, I guess in theory you could maybe somehow scrub it off, but you'd have to try real hard, and I don't know why you do that. Because these are dark, you're definitely going to see any excess white better than on the lighter ones. So you definitely probably need to wipe these ones twice. And there we go. Super pretty, huh? So there's our Dominoes. The full videos will be out soon. I feel like I have to keep apologizing because I've had so little time to do video editing recently, and I have like 3 or 4 videos ready to go for you guys. I just have to do the voiceovers, and I want to do good edits and not rush it. So I'm gonna do my best. That's a good question, Angela. Let me get you the link for the molds real quick while I'm here, and then I'll get a link for the bags. Hopefully I have the link ready to go. If not, I might have to grab it a little bit later, but I have the link for the mold right here. Please hold. And I like these because they're like jumbo, so you can do a lot more with the design. So that's the mold link. And let me see if I've got the bags. If not, I can maybe grab them later. Okay, finishing, embellishing. Nope, that's not it. So literally, if you search Domino Bags, a bunch will come up. I'm trying to remember the size that I have. I can't look it up on my phone right now. I want to say it's probably these 5x7 ones. That sounds right. But there's 8x10 ones. You can, actually, this particular product listing, you can get in like every size. So you can choose this. I feel like the size I have is 5x7. But if anyone wants to message me later to look it up and double check, I will absolutely do that. For now, I'm going to grab just this link so you can see the kind of bags that I'm talking about. Okay. Hopefully I put that in the right list. Yep, there we go. Okay, here we go. So there's the bags. And they're just like canvas cloth bags. There's also the kind of like felt ones or velvet ones that you could use. You could also use the like organza bags, the see-through ones. I prefer the canvas ones though. It's they're I think they go better with the Dominoes. Just think of the bags that the Scrabble tiles come in your Scrabble game. It's essentially like that. Okay. Yes, please hit the like button. Don't forget. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that. Also, if you're enjoying yourself, feel free to super chat, super sticker. Let me get these out of the way and we're going to do a new project. What are we going to do? I have no idea yet. Hopefully this is a good go with the flow crowd. Because we're going with the flow today. Alright, I'm a thinking. Let me think. I did this like alcohol ink tray on Facebook that people really liked and said, you should do a bowl like that. But I feel like I've also been doing a lot of bowls recently. I'm sorry, I can't really do acrylic pour projects right now because we are out of so much of the paint. And I personally have hardly any of the paint. So that's kind of one of the reasons I've been doing a lot of resin projects instead of the acrylic pours, is because I actually don't have paint. um, So let us do. We could also just do a tray. Hey, Rhonda. Sorry, guys, I'm just thinking out loud. Or we could even do more Dominoes. Okay, let's take a quick vote while I grab my resin. Tray, bowl, Dominoes. Let me know. And I'm going to grab the resin. I actually have my part A sitting outside to preheat it because it's very hot right now. And I'll have to zoom the camera back out in a second. Tray, Dominoes, okay. Oh my goodness. When you forget that resin is wet. Good times. Dominoes bowl, okay. So far 2 votes for Dominoes. 1 for bowl, 1 for tray. We need a couple tiebreaker votes here, guys. But we can start mixing up the resin while we all decide. A bowl, okay, a bowl. All right. 3 votes for bowls. It's a bowl. We're going to do a bowl. But, spoiler alert, it could become a tray if I fall asleep. So, okay. We're going to mix up our resin. I've got a nice clean mixing bowl, mixing thing here. So for a bowl, I need around, it really takes around 12 ounces, but I like to mix up 13 because some sticks to the side. All right, you know what we'll do? We'll do 1 set of Dominoes and 1 bowl. Sorry, John, you're the only tray vote. So the Dominoes will need about no more than 8 ounces for the first layer, and for the bowl we'll need about 12, so let's mix up 20. So I'm starting off with part B. I'm going to put in 10 ounces. And then the part A, I put it outside because it is about 100 degrees outside right now. So I just left this outside for the last 15 minutes or so. Maybe 20 minutes. Ooh, I just realized I have to gotta go pick up my kid in about 20 minutes. So I gotta go fast. But anyways, that's a good way to preheat it, especially if you don't want to use a heater or do the hot water bath. But otherwise, you can stick it in front of a space heater. Also, don't stick your part B outside, only the part A, okay? That's a great Dominoes in the tray. Whoa, whoa. Now that is thinking outside the box, and that project will come later. Okay, that's gonna happen now. 100% a domino tray. Why didn't I think of that? That's a great idea. Okay, so Angela, I don't have any that I use personally, but I would just go to Amazon and look for one that has good reviews, or maybe ask in one of the acrylic pouring or resin groups, because people definitely use them. I just personally don't. You just want to find one that you can get with a low speed, and make sure that even though you're stirring it with that, you use it to scrape the side and scrape the bottom of your container, okay? Because otherwise, even if it doesn't care how long you mix it. It really doesn't. We always say mix, 3 to 4 minutes or so, but if you don't mix it completely, it doesn't matter if you stand here stirring it for 20 minutes. It's not going to be mixed. You have to scrape off the sides and the bottom to get it completely mixed. Okay? So, just take your time. Now is a good time for any questions. And again, use the code CLOSEOUT, all one word, CLOSEOUT, for 15% off site-wide right now on mixedmediagirl.com. And that's for resin kits. I think we have one domino kit left, if anyone wants to check that out. Otherwise, we are almost sold out of all the kits right now. We've got a decent amount of resin gallons left. We're almost sold out of the half gallons. Unfortunately, we're pretty much sold out of all colorants right now. Well, we're sold out of the dyes. We have a lot of micas actually, but anyways, and then we have a lot of fun molds, but they're going quickly also. So do not forget to take advantage of it. Don't wait. Things are selling out. All right. So we're almost good on this. Especially for a bowl or a tray or something like that, you have to be 100% sure you are mixing your resin completely, or it will never cure and it'll stay bendy. For something like Dominoes, it's not going to be the end of the world, but yeah. You've been wanting to do Scrabble tiles in a tray? Absolutely. I will definitely be doing Halloween projects. Not today, but I'll put that on the list for next week. I got to plan the next live out a little bit better. This one, obviously, I'm kind of just winging it. So I'll plan some Halloween projects for either next week or maybe the week after that, okay? I've got a pumpkin sitting here waiting to be painted in some way, shape, or form. And I've got glow in the dark, mica, and all kinds of stuff. What time is it now in your area? It is 4:40 p.m. I'm in Los Angeles, California. All right, I think we're pretty good here. So, I think I have this flower that I've been wanting to use, and I think I'm going to do that. I think so too, Valerie. I agree, but sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, you should be more prepared. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you should not watch my lives. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust the camera. But I have this nice big white flower that I think I want to put here. And I was kind of thinking either just painting this with a chameleon powder or something, then putting the flower there, and then I can still put it into a bowl, or alcohol inks and then the flower in the middle. I'm just worried if I do that, that the alcohol inks will go over the flower in a way that I don't want. So I think let's do chameleon powder real quick. And pro tip, paint your surface with chameleon powder before mixing up your resin, because otherwise you're going to eat into your resin's work time. But we're going to go fast, so it's going to be okay. Let me show you guys This is the big white flower that I got, that I have been dying to use. So we're going to use that today. And I'm going to zoom this back out. Close your eyes. Whoop. There we go. All the way out. Okay. You do Facebook Live and you wing it a lot? Yeah. I think that's the most fun. Like, I think we should just be able to have fun with it. All right. So I'm going to use... I'm going to use the Pretentious. This is, wait, is that the one I want? Yeah. This is from This Little Piggy. And I have all of their stuck-up pigs is what they're called. And this one is called Pretentious. It is like a purple, gold, pink, green. This one seems to have maybe the most colors in it. I don't know. I'm just going to take a large brush and we're going to brush this on this whole thing. Problem with doing a large surface like this is it's kind of hard to get it even. You just have to do your best. And it's going to take a decent amount of powder. So again, typically you do this before you mix up your resin, okay? Because now we're going to have to work pretty fast with the resin. That's okay. I've done this before. Alright, need a bit more of the powder here. Hello from Malaysia. Let's do a quick roll call. Where's everyone tuning in from? And let's do a quick weather check. What is the weather in your area? It's supposed to be impressively hot this week in LA. It's supposed to be 105 for the next few days, which is exciting. Not. But luckily for me, I will be in Kansas City. So I don't think it's going to be that hot there. Also, is anyone here in the Kansas City area? Because I am going to plan a meetup, probably Sunday morning, just like a coffee. Simple. It's Overland Park specifically. Ooh, Cherry Valley. Whew. Fresno, yeah, we got all our Californians in the house here. It is hot this week in our state. Okay, that's looking pretty. And it does not have to be completely covered. Like really, you're not going to see it too much if it's not perfect. But you can also get it perfect if you want. I think that's pretty darn good. Okay. So I'm going to just shake out any excess. It's not really any, but there we go. Casey will be in the 70s every day I'm there. Woohoo! It's not fire. Okay. All right. So again, this needs only about 12 ounces to make the bowl. If you overdo it on the resin, it's going to be too thick to shape it into a bowl and it can crack. So I've kind of learned this the hard way a few times. And remember, it's self-leveling, so it can be, you may want to keep going until it's like super full, but don't do that. A little more over here. Okay, I think we're good. And I've got about 8 ounces left, so that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to find out where I put the alcohol. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to spritz this with isopropyl alcohol. That's to get rid of the air bubbles. You can use a heat gun. Do not use a torch. You will ruin it. And then I'm going to take my flour very carefully here and stick it right in the middle. Does that look centered to you guys? I'm going to shove it down a bit because I want it completely covered with resin. It is going to kind of float to the top. So I will probably have to put some clear resin over this once it is cured. That's okay. Not a big deal. But let's go ahead and put some now. And I'm just being very careful with those petals. You know what would look cool? I think along the edge here is like some crushed gold pieces or something, but I don't have any. I always feel like it needs something a little bit more, but I think it's still going to be gorgeous as a bowl. As a tray, this would be boring. Let me just see if I have, you know what? How do you guys feel about these? I could get some of these around there. Maybe. Never mind. I take it back. I don't think that would work. Ooh, but maybe I'll do this in the Dominoes. Okay. All right. For now, we're going to leave this. I can always do a little more to it once I've shaped it into the bowl. So I would leave this for like 10 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and I'll spritz it again with the alcohol. Yeah, I really like that flour too. I think it'll be good to be nice and simplistic. So I'll spritz it with the alcohol in about 10 to 15 minutes again. And then in about 6 hours, I'll come back and shape it into a bowl. Okay. Let's go for some Dominoes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use the gold flakes. You have to be very careful with these. Pearls would look pretty. Grab a cup. Do not open these near any air source. Don't breathe on them. Don't look at them funny. They will go everywhere. Be very careful. They stick to everything, but they're so pretty. I'm holding my breath. Laura, what's your definition of a complete set? Like double 15s or double 12s? This is a set of double 6s. But there are double 12 molds and there are double 15 molds. I don't know how many trays are in them. But that's definitely an easy Google question. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4. There's 28 here. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to Google that. I don't know it that well either. I have not actually. I used to play a lot when I was little, but have not played really much as an adult. So, I'm probably not the person to ask. Maybe someone in the chat box will know, though. All right, get these stirred in. Try to get any extra flakes. Set that to the side, and I'm going to, I'm actually testing out some new micas, so that I will probably start selling. So let's go ahead and use some of those. I use too often purple and gold. I also use a lot of pearl or a lot of blue and gold, but I think we're gonna go with that anyways. Ooh, actually, you know what? We're gonna do this Merlot, and we're gonna do this purple pearl. That's what we're gonna do. And these are from Leslie's Creations. Again, haven't used them before. This is actually the first time. Let's get I probably don't need quite all of this, but so this purple pearl, it looks pearl, but in the light, it's almost a chameleon color or an interference color, you could say. So in the light, it looks purple or pink, and depending on what it's up against also. Like if you put it up against black, it'll look different. So it's almost a chameleon. Probably could qualify as a chameleon. And then this is Merlot, and this is like a deep red color. Super pretty. I love red and gold together also. Purple and gold, blue and gold, red and gold. $28,000 double six. Yeah. Yeah, this is a complete set of double sixes. But if you want to do double 12s, double 15s, those usually come in multiple molds. All right, we're going to get these well mixed in. Thank you, Unknown20. Appreciate you. All right, I've got 7 minutes to get these done. I think I can do it. I have faith. And then I got to go pick up the kid. All right, so let me come around. I'm going to adjust some things real quick before I start so that we have it nice and centered in the camera. Ooh. Hey now. Let's go a little bit and zoom. There we go. Look at that. Okay, hopefully that's good for everybody. So one thing I like to do is I like to pre-spray my molds. With some isopropyl alcohol. And that's because there's all these little dots there, and sometimes that can kind of trap in air bubbles. So I've found that this helps to eliminate pretty much all air bubbles. And I'm going to go in a diagonal fashion and pour slowly. Resin is self-leveling, and if you want to get all the colors in there, you got to pour slowly. And remember, we can always come back and add more of a color. Like there's actually a couple spots here that I didn't really get. So I'm going to just do a little bit more. But again, we can come back and add more. All right, so that is the Merlot. This is the Purple Pearl. And it's looking great with that red. Okay, and now we want to go in with the gold flakes. And I'm going to actually do some of these with a stick to make sure it gets where I want it to go. Oh my goodness, these are pretty. Sometimes I surprise even myself. So we're also, just because I forgot to say this earlier, but we're only filling these in about halfway because I like to do the solid color on the back so that you can actually play with them and not be able to tell which is which, okay? And I think I might have enough resin left over to do a set of coasters also with these, which would be pretty. Uh-oh, I missed. Get back in there. No? Okay. What do you guys think of this color combination? Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, so at this point you just can decide what you want to add more of. I think I'm going to actually add a little more of the pearl. And this is just to get it filled in halfway. And then we'll leave it. And it definitely doesn't have to be exactly halfway, but try to fill them in about the same amount. Okay, this one I'm actually going to add a little bit more red here. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes the messy techniques are the best. Unfortunately, sometimes this takes a little longer too. Okay, I think we're about good. So let's leave that at that. It is 5 o'clock. I have got to run soon. So we're going to just do some real quick coasters. Which molds do I want to use? Yeah, let's do some sunflowers. Why not? I just have them right here, ready to go. So I'm going to do red in the middle. And again, go slowly. You can always add more. You can't take it back out. Do that purple pearl around the side. And then we'll do the gold. Well, these are going to be interesting. But probably gorgeous. And I've got a lot more red left, so we're going to go a little more hardcore on that. And let's get the rest of this pearl out. Don't overthink it, you guys. Generally speaking, the ones you think the least about are end up being the prettiest, so really don't overthink it. Okay, a little more red. And now we're gonna have some fun coasters. It's going to move a lot as it cures, so don't expect it to dry like this. It will not. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to spritz these real quick with the isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to spritz that bowl again. And then we're leaving these. So, again, don't forget to use the code Closeout for 15% off site-wide. Also, I really appreciate you guys joining me. And I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.